Oh my god, Presley.
Or we'll just cut it out.
I haven't been recording. Hello and welcome to the Why Not podcast. I am your host, Tony Golia. This is my guest, Presley Kaleta. Been friends with Presley for, years. The audio is going now on paper.
That's cool. You got to start the podcast in the middle of the conversation anyway.
Yeah,
that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
That was the warm up.
So, guys, scratch all that. Okay, so my dumbass.
They didn't hear anything.
Yeah. My dumbass forgot to hit record. We've been talking for like 15 minutes. And
Straight chopping it up.
yeah, so welcome to the Why Not podcast. I'm your host, Tony Golia, and this is my good buddy, PK, Presley Kaleta.
I wasn't sure if you were going to say my name or if I was about to say my name.
No, you don't get to say your name on my show. No, I'm kidding. So we were just talking about sneakers, the pandemic, and video games.
But you heard none of that.
But you heard none of that, so you're not gonna hear it. You won't, because I'm not gonna upload that. I don't think. Well, actually, no, because it wasn't recording. Oh,
there is nothing.
My dumbass. I'm gonna blame it on Steve Jobs, because we were checking how many hours are in the PlayStation 4's controller.
471 according to
471.
Something that I saw.
That's
online.
total battery power.
It just said 471 hours of life.
So that's like 19 days, you said?
19.6 days.
Okay.
But it's just like a weird, does it not charge?
I don't get it. I think that's
get it either.
That's like probably total overall battery life. But
yeah, it was worded as if it was overall battery life.
Yeah, that's whack. That's whack as hell.
Shit, I'm on PC now. I wouldn't know.
We were talking about ghosting because that was in the last episode. We were just saying how stupid it is when these women and men, and it could be anybody. It could be anybody. But in our case, it's these women that are, putting the ghost on them, on your boy. But putting a halo on that shit.
Goddamn.
But no, it's complicated. This weird semi-generational gap, I think.
People just don't know how to talk to other people anymore.
Yeah, what he said.
There's the good ones, but a lot of people just don't really know how to communicate themselves properly.
Yeah.
But it's not really taught either. So,
Well, it's like people are putting on so much, like on Instagram and shit. It's
social media.
They show you what they want to show you.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It is dangerous. They show you what they want to show you, and you'll never see the negatives in their life. You only see the positives. So that's why we can't relate to each other. That's why I say so much of this on my podcast. I have no shame in telling people.
You gotta say it with your chest.
Yeah, exactly. There's no harm in being honest and just telling the truth, I
mean, the truth is exactly what it is. People can take it however they want to.
Exactly. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't judge somebody for doing that either. I think more people should be.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to like the person, but you should respect that they're telling the truth at least.
Yeah, respect that they're telling you how they're feeling or what they're going through. I mean, I for one, after high school, so much changed, just with friend groups and social
Definitely.
gatherings and all that, and even just with the pandemic too. Have you noticed your friend group got closer or further apart? Because some people have been saying they got closer together from afar. I know that's a total oxymoron.
No, I get what you're saying though.
But from afar, they always keep in touch.
A lot of my friends, especially my South friends, they all went off to school for the most part. So like we hung out a lot before they left, and especially that summer leading up to. And then they kind of like they dipped, and like I was making my friends back home, kind of figuring out who stayed back and whatnot.
Right. Oh,
But
you good?
it definitely made me appreciate more the time that I had with my friends that went away to school.
Right.
And especially COVID, because, like, I mean, shit, I don't know. Everybody might be graduated by the time we're done with COVID, but I don't know.
I know that's
Assuming
right.
they go back out of town or out of state.
I hope it's
Enjoy their company while they're here.
Yeah. No, I feel that. And with this summer, it's really not that far away, believe it or not.
It's coming up, bro. It was warm today.
Yeah, today was warm. Yesterday was 45.
Sun's out.
Sun's out, guns out, baby. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just eager for this thing to end, just like everybody else, but even for me, like it's just been a daze. It's been such a weird
COVID
series of
COVID is ready to.
COVID ain't it. It just ain't it. No. Back to our sneaker conversation. We were talking about before my dumbass hit record. We were talking about sneakers and what the favorite pairs of shoes are. Now you said the Fords are your favorite.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite. Just silhouette of a shoe.
What colorway?
Oh man. I would have to say either the Cav 4s, which are the black and orange ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've probably seen me wear them. You may or may not have.
Yes. They look like, you know what? They look like the Suns. Didn't they kind of look like the Suns?
Yeah, it's just blue instead of purple.
Okay.
But it'd be more, like the Cavs and the Knicks are the two teams that like it really resembles. It's just, they're black, blue, and orange.
Okay, yeah.
They were a shoe that I really wanted like all throughout like middle school and early high school. And like it was just, I had to wait a while to get them. I had to wait a few years, and I was finally able to get my hands on them.
Right.
But those, and then there's I believe they're called the Thunder 4s, and they're all black and yellow.
That's
those
sweet.
are really nice as well.
I was gonna ask if you still play 2K.
I mean,
or if that's just in the past.
So like I acquired 2K21 this year.
Mm-hmm.
I game shared it with one of my friends.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean it was nice.
Little arg. Gotta pirate that shit.
Yeah, most definitely. Had to do what I had to do. But
yeah.
I'm glad I did. I definitely would not have spent any money on it.
Yeah. Was this one good?
Not really. No, not really. I didn't really care for it too much. And 2K20 wasn't that good, and I had a lot more fun on 2K20.
Yeah.
So I think that says something.
I've got 19, but it's eh.
It's just like
it's so.
At this point, it's really kind of becoming the same thing every year.
Yeah.
Like people who have the older games can, like, it's getting advanced. People like if I had 2K19, I could download 2K21's roster and play.
Yeah.
With everybody that's moved teams. And
yeah, nobody's really changed.
Probably created. Some old guys will be out of the league. Like
who'd they add other than like Lonzo Ball?
Well, they got. I mean, there's 60 rookies that get drafted, I think, every year, something like that, somewhere around there. And then you got the undrafted rookies, so that's 70, 85 maybe new people every year. And then there's, there's new guys getting added every year, most definitely. And there's free agency, guys are leaving while the season's in the off season.
You think they're going to start taking people out of high school now?
So,
because I know that's been bringing a lot of attention.
That's kind of what they're doing in a sense. If I'm not mistaken, his name's Jalen Green. I think he was the number one player in the country last year, maybe. But he's up there. If he wasn't number one, he was up there for sure.
Okay.
He went to the G League.
G League, okay.
Which is the NBA's like minor league.
Yeah.
So he went straight from high school to the G League. He didn't. So that now he's on some NBA affiliate team. And I would imagine he might have to play a year there. Maybe because he's so young, but if not, if he's playing well enough, the team could just call him up, and now he's in the NBA.
Yeah, because, Blake Dana and I were talking about, players' likeness in sports
Yeah.
and like in games, like should they get paid for it? I think absolutely. And this is not me just being
Oh,
pro player, but
like
I think
using LeBron James' name and
yeah,
face in 2K.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
do they not?
well, not in college football.
Oh, so you're talking about in college sports they should get paid.
No, 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 no. So, for example, I think it was 2K or not 2K14. In 2014, the last version of Madden, I believe, was released.
NCAA.
NCAA. That's what it was. And it had, I think, like an option where you could use like Notre Dame's football and their roster for that year. And there was a lawsuit on it. And I think the game got like banned or something.
They just stopped making them. So like you can still play NCAA 14. They just have not made it since. But they actually just announced that they're making a new one.
Did they?
Yes. Damn, I could be wrong.
Because there was a lawsuit.
I don't know if college players might be getting like a little something, but they might need.
There should be some pushback though. I mean, if you're gonna have lawsuits and stuff like that, these kids, okay, they're paying. I mean, granted, these kids are probably passing their classes without actually doing work. I mean, not to speak for them.
Well,
but
it depends on the player too, though, because you got to think like, not to say that all the best guys are stupid or anything, but
yeah,
you know, the top guys, they're the ones that are bringing money in for the school and like
right. That's
all that stuff. You know, somebody higher up in the school is gonna be talking to his teachers, saying like,
talking game.
Look, like he's, you know. He makes a lot of money for us, so do what you need to do. Get him through these classes. That's messed up, but like
that's what makes the most sense to me. I mean, if you're gonna like, okay, this is the double-edged sword here, double-bladed sword. I don't know what the expression is, but if you look at like LeBron. And he's getting what, like $30 million a year? Let's just say it's probably more than that.
That's just his NBA salary.
Yeah. So not even with commercials, endorsements,
all that stuff.
All that. You know, you could argue that's pennies compared to how much they bring in viewership and in ticket sales and everything, merchandise, food, everything. It's probably it's in the billions, I would imagine.
Parking, probably they have their own parking structures, probably.
Of all the players on a team.
Well, just to buy a team, it's usually in the billions or the very high 100 millions, like 900s, and like
I mean
that was like back in the day.
So if you think about it, if they're doing the best, I mean, yeah, Blake and I were having this talk, and we were like, you know, because I said like, you look at people who work so hard at their job and they get paid not what they're worth.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like
the system we're in, like it's not even sports.
I mean,
what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is, but it's unfortunate as well.
Yeah, I have my critiques on I guess you could say capitalism, but not even. It's not even that. It's just the system in which we value our workers, I think.
And I mean,
you know.
It's time to make a change.
Yeah, I mean, I think there should be a happy medium between between both of them, like some kind of like economic opportunity, like you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like, I mean, like the unemployment, right? Like during pandemic response, people got a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And I understand why. You know, life's been tough these days. Have you talked to a human? Talk to anybody and they'll tell you how hard it's been. You know?
Yeah, I mean that, and the people that are working,
they're not getting paid enough.
Hard times are making less than the people that are getting unemployment every week.
Exactly.
Doing nothing.
Exactly.
Like
exactly.
I'm not. You know, do what you got. Get your unemployment money. I'm not hating on anybody doing that.
It's like pay your taxes, but at the same time, it's like the taxes are so inflated anyway.
I just want to know why somebody sitting at home on the couch is making more money than me. I'm working 8 to 5 every day.
Right. And
trying to do other stuff
that
on the
is
side as well.
that is an important thing to consider. I mean, I was working at ABC Warehouse, and I liked the job. Don't get me wrong, like I liked it. I came home bitching. My parents would disagree. They'd say otherwise, but I actually kind of liked it. Like, but it was a tough job. Like, I had to okay, this is going to sound simple, but it's really not. So I had to break down all these boxes, and they're like 10 feet tall. They're like fridge boxes, and you have to move. I had to move 800-pound fridges off of trucks all day long. And it's a lot of work. And you come home at the end of the day sore. I mean, like, do you remember what it was like after football practice? Like how you felt like you had just gotten hit by a truck? That's what it felt like every day coming home.
Luckily for me in high school, football and I played I played all the way up to high school. Didn't play freshman year, played sophomore year. And like, I joined late, and at that point it was just kind of like, all right, I'm not about to play, so I just sat and talked all practice. I mean, I feel you.
That was me, bro.
I wasn't doing too much. I wasn't doing a whole lot in practice.
Were you, what position did you play?
So, I mean, in high school, they had me at wide receiver, and I don't even think I was on the defensive end of the ball. I don't think I really played defense that much.
Yeah, I didn't get any ball handling at all. There was no contact for me whatsoever. I remember one day we let one of our linemen run it up the middle at the end of the game because we were losing anyway. Mm-hmm. It was the funniest shit ever. He scored.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
It was hilarious. The big man touchdown. It was like, oh my God. Like, hilarious. But everybody was like, "What are they doing?" You know, I don't even remember. Shit. I don't even remember what.
Have some fun with it.
Yeah, I don't even remember which. God, I don't even remember what team that was, but man, yeah, that was funny as fuck.
That's dope though.
Who is this man? Whose man's is this? Bro, it's tragic. Yeah. I was gonna ask if you wanted to shout out your brand because again, apologies. I did not hit record, so we were. Well, I'm glad.
We gotta run it back.
I'm glad we caught it. But
it was just a warm up.
It
was just warming up.
The reason I brought Presley on too, not only is he a good friend of mine, but he also runs a small business, and you've been doing this for a couple of years.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while now.
So, do you want to explain what that's kind of about?
Yeah. So pretty much all of what I deal with is going to be vintage clothes. So, jerseys, hoodies, sweaters, sneakers, whatever you can think of. And then there's, a lot of more current stuff. It's like streetwear. There's brands like V-Lone and Bape and Supreme and stuff like that. Some of the more known ones. And then also, I myself will take certain shirts and tie-dye them, put different designs, different colors in it. Just something I like to do after work.
That's awesome.
Whenever I have some free time, make some money while I'm doing it.
I forgot to mention to you, I got a Supreme backpack.
Oh, okay.
I gotta show it to you. It's upstairs, but it's one of those reflective ones. Yeah. So like when you take a picture with your flash on, it's white. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's dope. I like those features a lot. I used to try to get people with that at Foot Locker. Like I would tell them, these shoes are reflective too when you take a picture. And it didn't work with the older people, like adults and stuff. They just were like,
they don't get it.
They didn't care.
They don't get it.
Yeah, they weren't feeling it.
Yeah. Man, I had a little bit of money. So I was like, all right, I got to make an investment. Like Supreme to me is an investment. Like if you buy pretty much anything from there, there's somebody who's going to want to buy it at resale. They're going to they're going to want to get it above retail though. Like
I mean, they're going to have to as long as you get the right piece.
Yeah.
They have to. They won't have a choice.
I mean, nobody wants like a Supreme ass cheek. Like nobody's going to buy that. But people would buy it. That's the thing. People
Somebody
would buy
would.
like
I mean, there was
somebody's
this
like
clean
molded
brick,
like
bro.
a molded ass cheek like with Supreme
Just had,
like
Supreme stamped on it or something.
yeah, like or like branded.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like a
yeah.
branding.
Yeah, most definitely.
Like somebody would buy that. I'm telling you.
No, you're not wrong.
And so, but the thing is, nobody wants to pay more than, twice as much. But the thing is, you gotta. I mean, again, when you're dealing with sales, buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I bought it for. I won't
Yeah,
even.
no
I won't even.
joking,
I'm not even gonna tell you what it was on camera because it was too fucking much money. But the order was too much, and I was like, do I really want to do this?
You
Like,
gotta sit
and I'm
ask
not
yourself
even
those
dude.
questions
I'm not
sometimes.
even flexing here either. Like,
No,
I'm not.
I hear you.
I am anybody that watches this. I dress so plainly. I
Keep it
wear
simple.
sweatshirts, t-shirts, sweatpants, not even jeans. I don't even bother. I got a tight sack. I can't be doing all that. It's not right. And no, it's just it's not for everybody. I don't think the fashion wear side of things it's not for everybody.
I feel you.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, a lot of from what I've seen, a lot of that stuff is just like it could just be uncomfortable too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot. I mean, at the end of the day, it just kind of comes down to if you even. Some people, like you said, some people really just don't even care. But like a lot of it just comes down to just like wear what you're comfortable in and wear what you think you look good in. If you're concerned with that.
Right, and that's like a lot of people are using form over function. Like, it's still.
I think it's reversing though. I think it's coming back the other way.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. Especially like even like brands like Carhartt are really big now.
Yes.
And that's been known as one of the brands that like you're gonna have their products for a while.
Well, you see all these white girls wearing it too, and it's like. It used to be.
And shout out the Carhartt hat and the Doc Martens.
Bro, do you remember? Okay, please tell me you remember the Starbury days.
Dude, yeah, hell yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
I was looking fresh as
You
hell
should go in that store
in
and go crazy.
07. 07, dog. I was.
Starburys on.
Bro, you could not fuck with me with
Bro,
a
I
pair of
bought a Starburry
Starbury.
headband back in the day, bro. I never really wore it, but like that shit was sweet to me.
Do you
I don't know
remember?
why.
But do you remember the days when Champion was super cheap and everybody was like, "Oh,
it
that's
just came out
that's
of
ghetto,
nowhere,
bro."
It came and went. People wear Champion, but it's definitely not
like it used to.
Dude, Champion was going crazy a few years ago. Champion and like Tommy Hilfiger was going nuts.
I love Champion. It's the most comfortable stuff
Champion
to me.
is solid for sure. Like it'll definitely do what it needs to do.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, the
People still wear it for
sweatshirts.
sure.
Yeah, the hoodies and sweatshirts aren't cheap.
Oh no.
I bought one for my
They're
birthday.
pretty nice hoodies though. Like they're pretty nice products.
Yeah,
for the
like
most part.
I bought a purple one, a purple hoodie.
Purple.
Yeah, hoodie 2-3 years ago, and it's a great one, but it's super small on me now, and I think that was like $50, $50-$60, but it was made from like.
At the same time, you get what you pay for it too, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to keep that in mind.
I think
when
it's.
making purchases.
I think you get what you wear out of it, because I've bought shit that I never worn.
I feel
like
I
not
definitely
once.
Agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But at the same time, like if you're getting a product that's just super cheap, or not, even if you wanted to, you're not gonna be able to wear it very much.
Right.
So it's just kind of like, I feel it.
And that goes back to like why I wear what I wear, because I don't need an $800 pair of shoes. Like I'm sorry, like unless I have that kind of money
That's why
to
you
be.
gotta wait in line.
Yeah.
You gotta get in at retail.
I mean, no, not even
No,
J's or anything. Not even J's or anything. I'm just talking about like Balmain and like Gucci shoes and like I
You gotta like that,
Yeah, no, you know what? Everybody's got their preference. I can respect it, but it's like I don't want to be wearing a clown shoe either.
I've heard a lot of stuff is uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but a good amount of them.
It's just
from what I hear are uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's just like I don't feel like that's a good use. I could do a lot more with that money. You know,
That's that shit.
I could do a lot more with that money than spend it on, you know, again, a Supreme bus stop. I don't know. I don't know. I just
They got Supreme bricks.
they got
Supreme.
they got everything.
They have Supreme crowbars. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
I would get a crowbar, not gonna lie. Just for the dub. Just for shit. But I don't know. I don't know. I really do think though that not streetwear is not for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Like some
it's
people
not.
they just can't pull it off. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
you
There's
know?
definitely people that just think they can buy some nice clothes and just throw them on.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely not how it works.
Right. You got to know what fits you too.
Yeah. You gotta know how stuff fits you. Just kind of be aware of how. I don't know. Just know what look you're going for.
Right.
Try to execute it as best as you can, I guess.
That's
But I
all
feel
there
you.
is
There's definitely
to it.
people that like. I see it on social media all the time. Like people just buy some nice stuff.
I mean, do you think it's what do you think like is a good look on anybody?
On anybody.
Yeah.
I would, some nice jeans that aren't too tight. They fit you just right, whatever that is to the wearer.
Yeah, right.
And then you could even throw on like I get, also it depends on the time of year. But even right now, I would say you just throw on me personally. I grab a little vintage T-shirt, some graphic shirt or something, and throw on a North Face.
Yeah, because I mean,
Just try to keep it simple. You don't want to do too much.
right. I mean,
I don't want to do too much.
Given-
I can't speak for everybody.
right. Given that we live in a cold climate 9 months out of the year, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I think maybe we're a little bit biased because we like baggy stuff. We tend to cling to the stuff that's a little bit more like
Just comfortable too.
yeah, like try wearing a mink coat in Texas and
No way.
not standing out,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
not happening.
But you can do that shit in Detroit. It doesn't matter.
Definitely.
You can
Definitely.
pull it off. You can pull that
But
with a
at the
pair of
same time,
buffs.
like in California, if you're out there in the summer and like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like some warm clothes,
Right.
you would be looked at weird too, or some other shit like that.
Yeah, right. Like
Or dress for cold weather.
right. Right. I mean, that's why it's funny. It was like I was watching a podcast and the guy was like, everybody's cold. Everybody's cold. he's like everybody's got a fucking jacket on all the time, like at the airport. He's like, I run into 50 rappers. He's like, they're all cold. They're all really cold. They got a jacket, a sweatshirt, a hoodie on.
Cold lately. I don't even lie. But
You see, you got the coat on right now. When I
Yeah.
told you to come off and take your coat off and stay a while,
It's cold down here.
Is it cold?
It was a little chilly down here. I'd warm up.
It's chilly down here because it's a dog can't ever get too hot. But it is what it is, man. It really is what it is. Waleed always
boy.
shout out Waleed, 2K Waleed on Instagram.
2K Wally.
2K.
Don't ever mess it up.
No, never. Don't get it twisted. We were talking about how cold it is down here, and he's like, you could hang meat down here. He's like, I hate coming down here without a coat on. I'm like, bro, it's not that cold. I'm like, listen, in Lebanon, what y'all do is your business, but dog, this is America. I'm like, dog, it is cold in my house, and it's gonna stay that way,
That's silly. That's something he would say for sure.
It was so funny, but it's true. I mean, this basement does get a little chilly, but not too bad.
Yeah,
too bad.
it's nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Left the coat
I
on, I'm
like.
chilling.
What's that?
I left the coat on. I'm chilling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we I'm trying to think what we should talk about because I know what I wanted to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
but now we're just vibing straight up.
Yeah, just gotta let it
Like,
float.
I never meant to. I forgot to ask you. I've never had the chance to ask you what ethnicities are you?
From what I know, I'm Native American, Italian, and Polish.
Polish. Okay. Yeah.
I really identify with, personally with my Native American.
Yeah.
That's what I choose to.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool as fuck. Is that from your mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say your mom has a little bit of a darker complexion.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Her and I are kind of like, we're pretty tan, like year round.
Me too. With the Italian, I get like the olive kind of skin.
Definitely.
But I'm white in the face 24/7. Thanks, Mom. But
yeah,
shout out to both our moms. But no, it was like I always wondered because I remember I was like, is Presley a family name? Or like, did your parents just really fuck with Elvis like that?
Yeah,
like, I was like,
so from what I know, it's
because I love the name. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't like it as a kid.
You
and,
didn't?
Like, growing up, I've come to appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've officially met one Presley, but apparently his son was named Presley too. So technically, I've met two.
Oh,
I've only really
okay.
known one.
Well, you've met yourself. That's 3 of you.
Yeah. You
that's
can
3 of you.
You can count that.
Yeah.
But
know yourself.
Yeah, I know yourself.
Right.
My dad wanted to name me Elvis.
Straight up.
Yeah, my mom was not happy.
Hey, you know what?
You,
You found a happy medium.
Yeah,
that's a happy
Mom.
medium.
I'm glad I wasn't named Elvis. I really wasn't happy with that.
It was funny because I hated being named Antonio for
Really?
a long time. Oh my God. Because I knew so many Antonios.
That's a pretty Italian name.
It's a very Italian name, but it's also like it's not super common unless you're like from where we are.
Really?
Like there's so many Italians here, it makes sense. But if you're in fucking Oklahoma or something, if you find an Antonio, he's probably running pounds to the cartel or something. Like he's not supposed to be there. You know what I mean? He's a little out of place. And I don't know. I didn't know what the significance was until I mean my dad is an Antonio, and I think he has an Antonio, one of his friends, as well. So he was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this.
Keep it going.
I'm gonna keep it going.
I feel it.
But I'm not gonna have my kid be a junior. No way. No way. Even if I have kids, we're not going down that route.
I don't think I'm going to go with the Presley Jr.
Nah.
I don't think I'm going that route.
PJ? That would be kind of sweet, though.
There's only room for one Presley.
Well, the two others. What the two others?
They're not in the vicinity.
Dude, that's funny. PJ. That would be sweet.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that would be cold as hell.
I could just name him PJ.
Cold as ice, bro.
Cold as ice.
Oh my God. Yeah. I remember how girls would always say what they wanted to name their kids were when like we were in like 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
That was the weirdest time. Because they were like, we'd look cute together. Like, we'd have cute babies.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, you just found out what sex was.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes ago. Like, y'all, like, we were still watching Bill Nye, bro.
Oh, Bill Nye was shit, though. That was my favorite thing to watch in school.
Oh, my God. When you saw that cart rolling in with the TV.
Bill.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, bro, those were the days. I didn't understand it till really public school because I was private school baby for a long time. Private school, I'm gonna have to do a literal podcast just about that, like someday. It's oh my God.
It's crazy because like public school seems so common to me, but like talking to people from private schools, it's just like it's not. It's totally
it was a
whole different game.
Completely
I've heard
different.
People talk like oh yeah, I'm scared to go to a public school. Like I wouldn't want to.
I was for a little
because public schools aren't even that bad.
No, not at all. I wish I had done public school my whole life.
Social. I mean, you probably do better in private schools, but
you know what? Private schools though, here's the thing. Maybe it was just our area, but like private schools aren't even all that. Like you pay so that you don't have to put up with shit. Like I think that's what it is. Like
what's crazy is
you don't have to. Yeah, but
you gotta know.
It's not. And there's a common misconception that it's like, oh, they're better than you. You know, it's like,
That's the
no,
academy.
yeah, that's the
Girls from
academy.
there.
But it's like not even
Sorry
like
if
that.
anybody went there.
It's not even like that at all. Like for me, like going to St. Joan my whole life, like there were kids in the middle class. There were kids. I mean,
Yeah,
I was one of them. You know what I mean?
definitely.
Like my mom was a stay-at-home mom and my dad was working all the time.
And that's the nice thing about
You
public
know?
school too, is you kind of get exposed to a little bit of everybody.
Yeah, no,
As long as
you
you're
meet
paying attention.
different strokes, different folks, dude.
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
it was one of those things where like again, I thought for sure it's going to be culture shock.
Oh yeah.
You know, first year, first week, first couple
I
weeks.
mean, it's crazy because like it would be a culture shock, but not even as much. So like,
And not
'cause
even
you went straight
bad.
to Grosse Pointe, right?
So I grew up in East Point,
Mm-hmm.
but I moved here when I was in the 8th grade.
Okay, so you went to school at
St. Joan.
St. Joan, and then you went straight to Grosse Pointe.
To Star.
To Star, and then
I went to
Grosse Pointe
Star
schools?
for junior high school, so for 7th and 8th grade.
Okay. All
So
right.
preschool through middle school, 6th grade, St. Joan.
Okay.
Then to Star, which was actually kind of like an opener because all the kids that I went to Star with ended up going to North. There was a lot of pour over. It was
That's
like
nice.
they spilled into the
That sucked.
next.
That was the one thing I didn't like about Brownell. I hated how like it was dope that it was North and South kids, but it also sucks because
You get separated.
yeah, like I'll make a good friend in middle school, but he's going to North, and I'm going to South, so it's just like,
Yeah.
well, you know, we'll still keep in touch, but it's just like, damn.
Who was it? I know somebody that switched for like a year and then switched back.
Like went to South and then went back to North.
Or like went to North and then South and then back to North. Like something like that.
Damn.
Do you know like
Yeah,
I know
like
a couple I know a couple people like that.
in our grade.
Yes.
Damn.
Maybe a
I mean,
year
it sounds
older.
familiar, but I can't recall what it would have been.
Maybe a year older, maybe not. I feel like it was God. Cuz to me Star was
I know people that made the switch. Like I know people that went from North to South and South to North, but I don't remember anybody like coming back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. And that's the thing. It was never like I was close with these people. God, these chairs are fucking awful, dude. My ass hurts so bad. I'm literally going to stand. I'm literally about to
I don't
stand.
blame you. It's approaching that time.
Yeah, I'm about to stand because
It's getting real in here,
It's
ladies
getting-
and gents.
it is getting real. It has just gotten real. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember that now. But okay, so you grew up in Warren though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cuz it's funny cuz I knew a lot of people that grew up on the east side just based off of
Living in East Point.
yeah, like
What's Grosse Pointe is kind of like a bubble. So like
yeah, like I knew a lot of kids from St. Joan again that were in the middle class like and like private school to me it was never private school, it was always Catholic school. It was always like, oh, these are the other ones that are just like us. And it's like, it's not like that. Like, there's some people who are literally thinking they are better than you. They have more money than you. They want to rub it in your
at the end of the day,
face.
that comes down to the person, though. That's not even like the school.
Yeah.
Could be the
Yeah.
culture, but it's like, it's the person.
Yeah, no, it just never occurred to me. And it all became a part of like, oh, what group are you in? Because it was all it all
That's how
came.
Grosse Pointe is.
Yeah.
Everybody's like so grouped off.
Yeah, it came to the point where God, these chairs,
Yeah,
man.
These chairs are funky.
These chairs are real funky, dog. No, but it was just I don't even know, bro. I don't even know where I was going with that. To be honest,
These
you ever
chairs are
just
distracting.
yeah, these chairs are really distracting.
That's why you didn't hit record,
at-
bro, because you're sitting in these chairs.
Look at how terrible these chairs are, guys.
He sat down in that chair. He was like, "Oh,
Watch me break
is so
this
bad,
whole
I can't
setup.
even- I
It's
can't even hit
terrible.
record." Sorry
It's
to
very
just the family
uncomfortable.
chairs like that, though.
No. There's no mercy here. No one's safe, dude. No. Nobody's safe.
Oh,
We're looking
man.
at 40 minutes. That's actually really good.
Not to mention the time that was unrecorded.
I still have it on the camera. Maybe I'll put that like later in post.
Possible.
I don't know.
Maybe save a clip or two.
You know what? There is a backup feature on this.
What do you mean?
There's a backup feature, so it records. Like, I don't know how it works, but there is a backup thing on here too.
It wasn't turned on though. I'm guessing.
I have no idea. I have no idea how it
don't know
works.
Okay.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, like it could have very well been. Who knows? Who knows?
Man, that probably just happens so often. So much more often than people even realize.
Somebody,
Like,
somewhere in a
down
studio.
and saw the time wasn't ticking, and I was like, I mean, maybe I should say something, but like, he
No,
looks like he knows what he's
always
doing.
speak up, bro. Always say something.
I learned my lesson now.
I told you, water is the move.
Most certainly.
When you're talking like this,
It's a lot of talking.
It's a lot of talking.
You don't really realize how much it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is just me getting started. Like this is all trial run shit, but it's just conversations. People having conversations, you know.
I think that's the best way to go about it. I mean,
Yeah.
you could write down some things that you want to talk about, or unless this is that type of place where you have, you're talking about one specific thing, but
It's fun doing them by yourself, but I really appreciate interviewing people too.
I think
like,
it would get a nice switch up. Do something by yourself.
Yeah. I think it should be a little bit of a both. I mean,
kind of whatever you're feeling at the time.
Yeah, because I like to have other voices heard too. You know, I don't want it to be just me all the time.
You get different perspectives.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of different people. Like
way to go
a lot.
about it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
You don't want to be around the same thing all the time.
No, not at all. It's boring like that, and it's like-minded people are important.
Yeah.
But I think you should be on good terms with people who maybe don't always share the same beliefs, because that's where you get your talking points from.
Yeah, definitely. Just keep an open mind.
Right.
Like, you don't always have to agree with somebody, but to a certain extent, you got to, try to hear them out at least. Try to understand what they're saying.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've never... I mean, even Aaron, one of my closest friends, we don't get along politically necessarily, but we still talk about it, and there's no hostility.
Yeah, definitely.
At all.
I mean, we've even had conversations like that.
Yeah.
I would definitely say there are some points that we probably don't agree on, but we just kind of talk about it. I was even having a conversation with this one guy I was working with the other day. Like we were talking about guns, and
yeah,
I'm not going to address anything.
Yeah, you don't have to.
My views on it or anything. But,
yeah.
Like we started talking about it, and like we didn't agree, but we were just talking about it, and he started asking me questions, and I was kind of like, oh man, like here we go. But it was actually, it wasn't bad. It was a somewhat pleasant.
Was
experience.
It productive at all? I mean,
I don't know if I would call it productive.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not for the sake of what he was trying to do. If he was trying to, I didn't really feel like he was trying to persuade me, he was really just kind of trying to talk to me and understand where I came from.
Right.
But I didn't think it was going to be that at first. But it was nice that it actually turned out that way. We could, we just had a civil conversation about it.
If you know when to nip it in the butt, if you know when to stop talking, that's what's good. Like, because people don't, for the most part, I think people would keep going tooth and nail if they could. People want to prove their point. They want to make you, I always say, like, is this the hill you want to die on?
Yeah, it's a
because is this really that big of a deal to you?
Yeah, no, I feel
you know what I
definitely.
mean? Like, it's really not that deep.
It is definitely not.
You know what I mean?
No,
like, it's not anything new. It's nothing crazy. Like, you don't have to get all hyped about it,
No, for sure.
But I understand when people are passionate, because I'm a passionate person, but there comes a point where it does get in the way, and you don't want that to.
Yeah, put your pride to the side.
Exactly, especially in a workplace too.
Yeah.
Man,
that's just tough.
Because.
And it's just like, it's just, I don't know. And a lot of it is perspective too. It could just be my perspective, but there's also people like myself that sometimes feel like it's different in my situation now that I'm working for my uncle. But prior to that, it was definitely a lot of like I'm just working for some big company. Like I'm working for somebody who already has a bunch of money.
Yeah.
it's kind of demoralizing because like
Mm-hmm.
you don't even really see like what your effort is going towards. Like
Yeah.
somewhere in Foot Locker, like, I'm literally just selling socks and
Yeah.
shoes and clothes and like that's it.
Yeah.
And like I get some commission off of it, but like, you know, working with my uncle, I'm actually watching the business grow and I'm a part of the growth of the business. Like it's just me and him.
They say, you know, I mean, like this is coming from somebody who we have a family business. It doesn't always work. Family and business doesn't tend to work well, but when it does, it's great because you can actually see things progress.
Yeah, and I get to spend time with my
You
uncle
know?
too, which is
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I mean, that's important. If family
As a kid,
time,
I get to see my family a lot more than than I've gotten
Yeah.
to growing up.
yeah, absolutely.
That goes for
Same
everybody,
way.
too, even my friends. I just don't get to see people as much. Certain people.
Right. I mean, I hadn't seen you in over a year and a half.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, it's been some time.
It was funny. I had on my Snap memories, 3 years ago from like a week ago from
Today.
No, it was last week. Sometime last week. It said 3 years ago. You and I were driving around in like some foggy night in the park or something.
And driving around listening to music.
Yeah, yeah, and it was funny. I was gonna send it to you, but it was like one snap, and we were just like, "Oh, it was the weirdest. It was the weirdest shit ever." It was so funny though. But yeah, man. 45 minutes. Is there anything you want to say before we like wrap it up or?
Not really. I mean, nothing in particular. I really wanted to just come out,
Yeah.
Just come out and chop it up.
I appreciate you, bro. All right, guys. Well, that has been episode 3 of the Why Not podcast.
Third time's the charm.
This guy right here, Presley Kaleta.
My
I'm your host. Been your host, Tony Golia.
Host with the most.
Thanks for watching.